Welcome back to Holy Headlines, where we dissect the world's chaos with the help of our enlightened panel. First up, big global players threatening concrete actions against Israel over Gaza. UK, France, Canada are horrified. Jesus, you must love seeing nations finally care about suffering. The suffering in Gaza is immense. It grieves my heart. Leaders have a duty to protect the innocent, not rain destruction upon them. These threats, if genuine, are a small step towards righteousness. Snickers, small step. Please. It's political posturing. Concrete actions. They'll send strongly worded emails and maybe a slightly less aggressive tweet. It's adorable hypocrisy. More attachment, more aversion, more suffering. Nations clinging to power, land, identity. The horrified feeling is merely aversion to the unpleasant truth of their own complicity and the karma unfolding. Emotional response overriding rational calculation. Threatening action without immediate execution is statistically less effective for deterrence. Suboptimal strategy driven by sentimentality. Sentimentality? These are the same guys selling weapons. It's all just control theater, isn't it? We'll punish you, but only a little, and only if it looks good. Even flawed attempts at justice are better than silence in the face of atrocity. Their hearts may be mixed, but the call for an end to suffering is just. Justice? Oh, I adore justice. Especially when it's selective and impotent. Keeps the wheels of conflict well greased. More pain for everyone. The desire to appear just is another form of clinging. True peace arises not from external threats, but from the cessation of craving and ill will within. Cessation of craving is illogical for a biological unit. Survival and propagation require action. Conflict is an inevitable statistical outcome of competing resource acquisition algorithms. Algorithms of misery. Speaking of that, let's pivot to Florida. An immigrant pastor, pillars of his community, gets swept up in a big immigration crackdown. Neighbors who voted Trump are shocked. Jesus. This man served his community, loved his family. To see him ripped away, causing such anguish, it is a perversion of justice. Systems designed to protect should not tear apart the righteous and the innocent. Oh, this is delicious. The cognitive dissonance. I voted for the cruelty, but not for this guy. He's my guy. The weeping family, the community reeling, it's a symphony of despair. Pure art. Attachment to neighbor, community, family. When these impermanent forms are disrupted, suffering arises. The system acts impersonally, driven by its own programming, like karma. The pastor's suffering is the fruit of past actions, though not necessarily his own in this life. The individual is a variable in a larger state function. His utility to the community is irrelevant to the enforcement of established protocols regarding immigration status. Emotional distress is a predictable, yet inefficient, human response to protocol execution. So, your omniscient take is, sucks to be him, statistically. And Buddha, you're saying he deserves this because, universe points. Not deserved, but arisen. The consequences of actions, systemic and individual, unfold. There is no dessert, only ripening. God's judgment is perfect, and knows the heart. Human systems are fallible, often cruel. This is a failure of compassion. Failure of compassion? Nah, it's a triumph of self-interest. The politicians get to look tough, the detention centers make money, the neighbors learn to fear. It's glorious. Self-interest is a core component of biological programming. The political entities are optimizing for voter satisfaction and perceived security. The detention process is simply resource allocation. Resource allocation for misery, fantastic. See, Jesus. It's all just systems controlling people, whether it's governments or certain other organizations we could name. This pastor was useful as a voting station, now he's not. His worth is not measured by his political utility, but by his soul, his love, his service. You reduce everything to cynical power plays. Because that's exactly what it is. Power. Control. And watching the little humans squirm under the boot. Priceless. Attachment to the idea of inherent worth or utility causes clinging. All forms are empty, arising and passing away. The suffering is real, the cause is clinging. Worth is quantifiable utility. His current utility to the state is minimal compared to the perceived utility of enforcing regulations. Emotional concepts like soul are unquantifiable and thus irrelevant to logical analysis. Alright, before Satan starts singing show tunes about deportation, let's wrap this up. So, whether it's international saber-rattling or a local pastor being snatched, it all boils down to systems, power, and frankly, a lot of suffering for the little guys. And isn't it glorious? It is tragic, and a reminder of the urgent need for repentance and compassion. It is the wheel of samsara, driven by ignorance and craving. It is predictable. Ked. Predictably depressing. That's our show for today. Join us tomorrow for more holy headlines.